Jo, halt zurück zu Dr. Dekker. Letztes Mal einen halben Tag hier verdaddelt mit Bryce und Co. Die waren alle irgendwie zwar redselig, aber so richtig dolle Sachen rausgefunden habe ich nicht. Wir können... Oh, ja, weiß ich noch nicht, aber... Den schauen wir mal an.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Kaputt.
Is he really? Actually dead?
Ja.
Not a worthy adversary after all, then.
Okay, der ist ja strange.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
Quantum, oh mein Gott.
Do you really want to know?
Yep.
Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Hat er sich weggebeamt, der Dekker, oder was?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
Nein. Nope.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different. Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
Hat im Paralleluniversum auch nochmal gedrückt, oder was?
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Now, every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while. Dr. Dekker killed it! And I can't get it back. Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
Hangman's Paradox. Okay, was ist denn das Hangman's Paradox?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed? Well, it can't be Tuesday, because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then you know you'll be executed on Tuesday, so it won't be a surprise. Conversely, it can't be Monday either, because, well, you'll be expecting it to be Monday by deduction. Hence, a paradox. Dr. Dekker tricked me.
Also, das ist schon interessant, ey.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Vanessa. Die haben alle irgendwelche komischen Problemchen, ne?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos. Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. Do you know, she emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money.
Blöd.
Physics provided me with a solution.
Sagst du, wenn man deine Frau mal fragt,
We were married for 14 years, 7 months and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though.
tja, so ist das halt, ne?
Well, yes, it bothered me, especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline.
Oh.
But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
Was hast du gemacht?
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mindstretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Alter, wir kommen immer zu der, ne?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now? It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though. Oh, you're going to have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia. I'd love to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there.
Ja, dann googeln wir das halt.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist. I need more money.
Ja,
It's true, I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
Was für eine denn?
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want a talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
Okay.
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think,
Also,
Doctor?
wie kann man in der
Should I take them up on their offer?
Besser nicht, ne?
No. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it? I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it? Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious. Isn't it?
Tschüssi. Tja, komisch. Tja, Nathan wollen wir natürlich nicht. Sie müssen wir schon nochmal befragen, ne? Tja. Dies Jahr, warum fragst du sie? Nee, die frage ich nicht, ne?
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Ah, die ist echt ein Rätsel, ne?
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
Ja, du sollst mir was darüber erzählen. How are you today?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
Okay, was sah er denn?
He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. Well, at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
Puh.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
Competition, okay, Mariana war auch mit eingeladen.
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Stronger. Mhm.
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
Puh, sagen wir ja.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
Ja, okay. Ich dachte, sie wäre nur die Assistenz. Muss ja jetzt gar nicht so unbedingt viel von dem ganzen Kram verstehen. Psychogenese.
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Boah.
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder. I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before. I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker? Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today? Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
Ja.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you. Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
Die ist ja krass.
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things. I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
Welcher denn?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better.
Die sind alle strange. So, also das brauchen wir eigentlich nicht fragen. Aber
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan. Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously. If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do. How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away? To deepen their affliction? I wouldn't. Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
Ist irgendwie komisch, dass sie alle so zusammenhängen, ne?
I didn't really speak to Nathan that much at all, but I have this strange feeling that I know him really well. I can't quite put my finger on it. Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already.
Okay.
Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Absolut.
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
Ah. Tja. Ah. Wir haben sie alle durch, ne?
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong? So you're saying I should let Hilda die without seeing her daughter one last time?
Yes.
I don't know if I could do that, Doctor. I'd be letting her down. I'd have to think about it.
Puh.
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it. Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are. told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Schon wieder, ne? Es ist echt...
It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
Ja, nicht mit deinem komischen Shifting-Zeug.
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
Okay.
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
Okay, das ist natürlich oberstrange, ne?
My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem. To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime. As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
Gib ihr doch mal die Hand. Naja, heute nicht mehr. Alle durch. So, den nächsten Tag machen, oder? Next day. Ja. Ich habe nicht viel rausgefunden, aber next day.
You can stop looking at me like that. You made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up. Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
Spooky. Ah. Was haben wir hier? Alles geguckt, ne?
That's the wrong answer, Doctor. This is most definitely a dream. Now, tell me, do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
Fatschi.
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor.
Ja.
That's a worrying sign. People obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you. Now, how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
Discourage. Fatschi.
Very good, Doctor. That's the right answer. Remember it or there will be consequences. Now, since I'm here, let's have a little bit of fun. Shall we, Doctor?
What the fish? Kranker Scheiß, ey. Ich krieg's hier irgendwie nicht hin. Ich hab
There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I'm not broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are grateful if you could see your way to declaring me insane, or at least temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Dreams, okay.
Morning, Doctor. You're looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
Okay, Chris, dann lass uns mal ein bisschen den Report reinziehen, ne? Agreement Fee, £1, okay. Ist nicht viel. Was hat sie denn gekriegt? 15.000 Pfund. No interest. Okay. Das ist komisch, ne? 3 Jahre lang keine Prozente, nix. Na gut, okay. So, dann war dann noch Toxi. Ethanol, also ein bisschen was getrunken. Positiv. Drugs, also ein bisschen unter Drogen, was immer das macht. Bin jetzt kein Drogenexperte, Mist. Und Ethanol, ein bisschen was getrunken und ein bisschen Zeug und was eingeworfen, keine Ahnung. Tja, mal gucken. Dann fragen wir sie noch mal, ne? Weil eigentlich ist es ja schon interessant. Ja, genau. Das fragen wir mal.
He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online.
Okay, was für ein Business? Steht das hier irgendwo? Okay, dann müssen wir nochmal fragen. Der trinkt gern ein.
I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. Certainly not during our sessions. He had other things on his mind, I'm sure.
So.
What's temazepam? Why are you asking?
Das kann ich dir sagen.
I
Deswegen.
don't take sleeping pills. Never have done.
Aha, sie kennt's nicht, aber...
When you suffer blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that.
Also sie kennt's, eben sagt sie, weiß ich nicht. Jetzt auf einmal weiß sie, dass es Schlaftabletten sind. Ah.
Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me 15,000, all in all. Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts. I said I don't know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home.
Ja, ich wollte gerade sagen. Und dann gehen die auch irgendwie mal, kannst du dich mal richtig hinsetzen?
My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me, like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave. I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea. The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can breathe water. On the ocean floor ahead of me, there's a beautiful creature. A glowing being with wispy limbs. It's so warm. I'm transfixed. But my feet shift. I'm unsteady. Below me, the floor is woven in human flesh. Dead bodies, but some of them still struggling for life. And these are the ones touching me, gripping my feet. I scream. That's when I wake up. Do you have that dream, Doctor? It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams.
Schon klar, aber ich hab den nicht.
It's horrific and beautiful at the same time.
So, dann fragen doch mal, wie es geht.
I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
Nein, ich habe kein Wasser.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having... I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests. Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach. The sea, Doctor. It's calling me.
Vergiss es.
This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is. It's like a compass.
Okay.
I hear a sound like singing, calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is. But when I don't go to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all.
Ich glaube nicht. Weder das eine noch das andere. Ach du Schande. Puh. Ich wäre eigentlich... Genau.
It's a referral letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on. He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
Ich glaube nicht.
Doctor, I didn't take you for the jealous type. Are you feeling a bit jealous?
Ja, wie gesagt, die muss man challengen.
Well, maybe you should ask me out properly sometime. Just not today. No, there's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor. If you say so, it must have been your twin then.
My twin.
I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor?
Paralleluniversum und so weiter und so fort, ne? Mehr sage ich nicht, aber ja.
You're teasing me, Doctor. But it was you. I saw you.
Okay, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt.
You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you. It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me. But I don't think so.
Ne. Ja. Heavy, ne? Ich würde mal sagen, die Tante, ey, die kriege ich irgendwie nicht vernünftig geknackt. Komisch, ey. Wirklich strange. Naja, gut. Ich glaube, das reicht für diese Session. Mehr Befragungen beim nächsten Mal, okay? Also, bis dann. Ciao.